This location has been the home of the Jim-Ree Museum since 2015. Prior to that, we did not have a location to present. So we would go to community events and just carry things with us. So we were very proud and very happy to receive this building from the county of Elbert County. This was, of course, a former historic county jail. So it has a lot of sadness from people in the community and a lot, I would guess, bad feelings towards this building. Some people have told us, why not just tear it down and put something, you know, a new building there. But the connections to the African American Museum is strong. And I feel like it can also be a site of healing to see something that has been from the past thought of as a terrible thing. Now it's being used for something good. This building was used by the county as a place to house people who've committed minor crimes since, let's say, the latter 1800s to 1996. And so if you could see the inside of the buildings, it will come to you why this is no longer the jailhouse. And I'll leave that part at there. That in 1931, this was the site of a huge mob scene. You know, Little Elberton is a very small community. Of course, if you include the county, then it can be larger, but it's still small. And so in this downtown area where the jail was located, we had thousands of people come wanting to lynch this man by the name of John Downer, who was a farmer. They wanted to lynch him because he was accused of raping a white woman in the presence of her fiance by gunpoint. And so they didn't have his name, but of course they went through the community, in that farming community, and found men. And they settled on John Downer. I'm not sure what evidence they had. And so he was arrested, and this huge mob scene came tearing through the building, tearing it apart. But the sheriff and police were determined to keep him safe. And so they called in the National Guard. One of the National Guardsmen who came to help him was Elbert Tuttle, who later became a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. He was known for fighting for civil rights, and he worked alongside of Martin Luther King to help get civil rights in Georgia. So he's Tuttle is a very well-known person, and he always described John Downer's case because not only was he a National Guardsman, but he also later defended John Downer along with others in the courtroom. But it was a case that was lost. So he left Elbert County. Now you might wonder, I'm talking about a mob scene. Why wasn't he lynched? Because the National Guard came in and in the darkness of night dressed him in National Guard's uniform and got him out to safety in a surrounding community, and then later on to Atlanta. They saved him that day. But of course, about a year later, he was condemned with a second trial. He's had several trials, and he was electrocuted. And so we're just here to tell his story. But as you think of his story is like so many others from before 31 all the way up even to present day. And so it's a story well known. And as we look at history, we can see that as far as African Americans are concerned, a lot has not changed. You know, the scenery's changed, but the same thing is going on. I have tried to contact people who could potentially be related to John Downer, but I have not been able to find anyone who's related or anyone who will claim that relationship. I have my suspicions, but that's all it is suspicions. So when he died, he left a family. He had a wife. He had stepchildren, and he had a young son. So I sometimes think about that son and wonder, how was his life affected by losing his dad so horribly? And let us continue on, because that's another story in itself.